see small things that I notice that could be like lessons. So for example, like everyday coffee. I try to bring my own reusable coffee cup, like plastic utensils. I try to bring my own utensils. I always have like a reusable bag with me instead of using plastic bags. So on like an everyday basis, I say I'm like the most consistent with those things, like smaller things. Um, but like on a bigger scale, I'd say that's where more of like my zero waste living bulk buying comes into play. So that's where I like go out and buy all of my food. Usually I try not to buy it in plastic. So I'll go out to stores like Whole Foods, or there's this one grocery store called Recycle in Bushwick that doesn't sell anything in plastic. So I go and bring my own containers and I get my food plastic free. And it also works out to be cheaper. So yeah. Other things I do, I also like try to compost when I can. And living in New York, people usually think it's hard to do that because you don't want to attract like gross stuff to your apartment. But if you just keep your compost in a container in your freezer that like zips up or like closes completely, you'll be fine. Yeah. Um, I think like go like look at your schedule, see how like what things you could just minimize throughout the day. So if you're someone who gets coffee every day, just like bring your own cup, for example. And at first you'd think it'll be a hassle to having to bring extra stuff, but once you realize how much waste you're like reducing, it kind of, well, to me it's worth it. Yeah. Um, and then another one. I think trying to a lot of people think that just doing one action isn't gonna do anything, and I think getting rid of that mentality is like the first step of like being mindful, because there's this concept that like being zero waste you have to be like 100% perfect, like you're not allowed to buy any plastic, you have to like you're not allowed to take like planes or like cars, you have to always take public transportation or whatever. But as long as you're making conscious decisions, like the best you can do, I feel like that's all that matters, because we don't live in a perfect society. No one will be able to be completely zero waste. So I feel like just doing the best you can for what's accessible to you is like the best thing. One of my favorite zero waste things, I wouldn't even call it zero waste. I'll just say that it's like
Green living.
yeah, like a green living thing, is essential oils. I use them for everything. So I make my own body butters. I basically just mix almond oil, shea butter, and coconut oil. I melt it all in a double broiler and then leave it in the freezer or fridge. Once it hardens, I put essential oils in it and then I whip it with my electrical mixer and it makes like a nice like whipped body butter. I also like for my bathroom or like all-purpose cleaner, I mix white vinegar, water, and like lemon and tea tree essential oils because those are like disinfecting and antibacterial. So I use that to clean my entire house. And then if you want to use that for your floors, just add some oil and it'll make your floors shiny. Yeah. And also like you can use them like in instead of like normal Western medicine if you believe in that. I believe in that. Yeah, so like lemon, cinnamon, clove, they're all good for especially this time of year when the seasons are changing. I put I put it on the soles of my feet, which sounds really weird, but it helps your immune system. So yeah, you can literally use it for everything, and also like the standard way to use it is just putting it in your diffuser. And even that alone has benefits for like if you would diffuse certain oils that can be good for like a certain kind of mood you want to feel. Like it all works.